Hello and welcome back to 2K14 Universe. I am Jetch and you're watching NXT.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Long Island, New York, weighing in at 214 pounds, Zack Ryder.
Well, Zack Ryder has been on quite a roll lately since coming here to NXT. It seems like it's really helped build up his stocks. And now here tonight, Zack Ryder. Well, I guess he's stooping a little lower tonight, unfortunately, because we're digging up a fossil as his opponent tonight, unfortunately.
And approaching the ring from South Carolina, weighing 310 pounds, Sergeant Slaughter.
So here's this guy, everybody. Yeah, here he is, Sergeant Slaughter. Remember when this guy was here on NXT? Well, he never left, unfortunately, and making his way to the ring to face Zack Ryder here tonight. And man, I really hope this isn't where Zack Ryder suffers his first loss here on NXT. Because come on, Ryder, you can do this. I feel like it's been just months and months and months since we've seen this loser on NXT. I hate this guy more than Chris Jericho. Sometimes I just play it up for Jericho. I genuinely have never cared for Sergeant Slaughter, not one bit. This guy sucks so much. It's crazy to think there's a generation of like wrestling fans that are like, back in my day, we had it good with wrestlers like Sergeant Slaughter and Jim Duggan. I would not be a wrestling fan if those were like regular people I had to sit through. Holy shit, they suck so much. Needed the midsection of Zack Ryder. Not even like 2 minutes into the video and I'm probably already pissing off someone. Oh well. I'm sorry, but like a lot of these like real old school veterans like these, like the two I just listed. I can't really think of that many that sucked. But like just that like, what was it? Bryce Walker referred to Bryce Walker. That's his real name now, apparently. Bryce referred to it as like a Rudy Poo, American Pie, something like that. Those really fucking corny cliche American Patriot characters are so shitty. Like, don't get me wrong, you can be patriotic and proud of your country and stuff, but if that's someone's whole gimmick, they're just using their country to get over, and that's so corny. But that was my least favorite Vince McMahonism of all time, is corny American patriot versus corny foreign guy who hates America. Here's an idea. Don't make it about America. Make it about literally anything else.
Oh, look at this.
Sergeant Slaughter, you suck. I hate this guy so much. Elbow drop. Zack Ryder, come on. Come on, Ryder. Woo, woo, woo.
I'm a big fan of NXT. I think it's a great way to introduce the WWE Universe to the next.
Does anyone actually believe that Jerry Lawler has ever even watched NXT? DDT to Zack Ryder.
There's an elbow drop. No, not again.
He drops Zack Ryder with a big right hand. Sergeant Slaughter. This guy basically wrestles at like 12 FPS. He's so fucking slow. Wow. What exciting move is he going to go for now? Yeah, I really like this Ryder attire. I think I say that every time. Because this isn't based off of a real Ryder attire, as far as I know. This was just something I cooked up randomly. I think this was, the idea for this one was, it was when he was... I think this might be a callback to my 12 universe, when he was Intercontinental Champion, and he had the, the white strap with the gold and blue. I think that's why it's those colors. I think it's a reference to that. Like, I don't think it's deliberate, but I know that that's like where I first tried white and blue on Ryder, and I was like, hey, that looks pretty damn good, actually. This is how interesting Sergeant Slaughter is. They got me talking about attires. What the hell? What just happened there? Zack Ryder kicking multiple times in the midsection as he takes down Sergeant Slaughter. I mentioned before, Zack Ryder's been on a bit of a roll here on NXT lately. I would hate for this to be his opponent where it ends, considering he beat JBL last week. Losing to Sergeant Slaughter is just a spit in the face to JBL's legendary WWE title reign. Don't do it, Zack. Come on, man. Think about the Zack pack. Zack Ryder is flailing, waving and flailing, and he's still in it. Okay. Ryder sending Slaughter over the ropes, and what is Ryder gonna... Okay, nothing. Absolutely nothing. There you go. That's about the finish Slaughter deserves. So, I mean, I'll actually welcome this one. Oh, I don't think we're going to get it. Shoulder tackle takes down Zack Ryder. Their chemistry here is undeniable. Truly, this is the Shawn Michaels and Diesel of NXT. If you missed it this Monday on Raw, Shawn Michaels and Diesel had an absolutely insane match. It was so good. Cover attempt by Slaughter, and Ryder kicks out, thankfully. Takedown by Zack Ryder. Zack Ryder doesn't seem to be functioning properly right now. Seems to be whatever like brain bug was going on with Rey Mysterio when he faced DiBiase last week. It seems like that's what's happening to Ryder right now. It's like someone tapped him on the shoulder and went, "Careful, these guys are old." And they're like, "Ooh, I'll try to slow it down and be more delicate with them so I don't kill them." Leg drop. It's kind of insane that we're almost 6 minutes in this match and I'm not seeing a single finisher by Ryder. He's got to have one. Oh, never mind, as he went to do his signature. Slaughter reversed it. I think Slaughter's going to win this match, and that is disgusting. Right hand's connected to the face of Zack Ryder. One after another. Okay. Ryder with a reversal. Why is this match going this long? Zack Ryder pulling Slaughter away from the ropes, and he goes in for the cover, and is this going to be enough? That's a one. Rough Ryder, there you go. There you go. Yeah, give him an extra kick for good measure. Cover attempt. It's over. Thank goodness Zack Ryder didn't lose to Sergeant Slaughter. That match should have gone about 3 minutes shorter, but you know what? Ryder still won, and that's what matters. Now take care and spike that non-spiked hair. Who knows, chat? Maybe you'll be Broski of the Week, chat. I'm not lying. Maybe you'll be Broski of the Week next. Zack Ryder continues to get win after win here on NXT. You gotta love it. Woo, woo, woo. You know it. Well, up next we find out who will be next in line for Summer Rae's NXT Women's Championship. It's a contenders match between Natalya and Kaitlyn. They face off up next. Well, Kaitlyn has fought and fought for a championship all season long. And unfortunately, that has not yet happened. But maybe this could be the moment. This could be the beginning. The genesis. This will be the moment for Kaitlyn. She has to go through Natalya. These two had quite the history over on Raw earlier on in the season, back when Natalya was Divas champion. Kaitlyn challenge for it a couple of times. She never won the title, but maybe this time will be different. She'll finally get that win over Natalya, and maybe she'll become NXT Women's Champion. Who knows? Either way, Natalya up next, and of course we have the NXT Championship on the line in our main event tonight. So I really hope tonight isn't the night Big E loses.
And approaching the ring from Calgary, Alberta, Canada, Natalya.
So more on that later on. Natalya coming down here. You know, it's a shame Natalya never wore like different colored attires, because I actually think the red and black looks pretty cool. I don't think she ever... I mean, I think maybe at one point she started wearing something other than pink and black, right? I have in my head that at some point she did. I don't know if she still... Like, because she doesn't really... She, like, does get used, but not much, and I don't really watch, like... I just watch the pay-per-views these days, so I don't really know, because she's not on them. Man, I would watch the weekly shows these days, because I will be honest, I think the product these days is a lot better than it's been in a very long time. Especially since when I got so sick of how shitty it was, I quit in 2017. I feel like it's gotten a lot better in like the last couple of years, especially this past year. But my main problem and the reason I don't watch them like weekly and I only watch the pay-per-views is it's too much. It's too long and it's too much. There's just too many hours of wrestling to watch in a week, and I don't really want to watch. Like, I want to catch up with NXT, because I used to love NXT. But, like, I know it's very different now to how it was in, like, 2015, so I don't know if I'd necessarily enjoy it as much, but I don't know. Like, I want to at least give it a try, but, like, I'd want to include that as well as what I'm saying. I wouldn't want to just watch that, what I'm trying to say. Like, I'd want to include that as well. And it's like, what, like, NXT's like, is it 1 or 2 hours? I think it's 2. And then SmackDown is 2. And then Raw is 3. And it's like, man, I don't want to watch 7 hours of WWE a week. No way. Especially considering I'm watching, like, classic episodes still. Which really suck, by the way. 1995 is such a shit year. It is unreal how ass 1995 is. It blows. The moment WCW came onto the scene, I watched the first Nitro, and I was like, whoa. Like, the roster is still not great for WCW at this point. You know, you got a lot of old-timers in the main event and stuff, but, like, the presentation... I was not surprised that Raw, like, kind of changed up its presentation afterwards, because, like, Raw pre-Nitro is just squash match after squash match after squash match. It's literally just guy versus local competitor every match, and it's so fucking boring, I don't care. So I end up skipping, like, 90% of it. And, like, Nitro came on, and the very first match I watch is... Jushin Liger versus Brian Pillman. And I'm like, holy fuck, where did this come from? It's at that moment that you're like, whoa, the WF was living in like 1981 until like an alternative came and was like, no, you need to live in the modern day. Spear by Kaitlyn, which is ironic considering the main event is a WCW, but you know. Spear into the cover. Oh my god, I thought that was it already. Don't get me wrong, I like the WWE. I know eventually it gets better. I've watched bits here and there of like the NWO era of WCW up against like the Austin Rock era of Raw. And obviously I think I'm more of a WWF guy, but like Nitro was just actually adapting, is what I'm saying. WWF felt very old-timey when it wasn't. Because I'd watch like movies and stuff from like the same year or like TV shows, and I'm like, why does WWF feel so old? It's 95. It shouldn't feel so out of touch, but it really was. The golden era, I've not golden era. The new generation era is just. I know some people like it for the work rate. But I need a little more than work rate for me to find wrestling interesting. There are some good things in like 95 though, don't get me wrong. I've really grown to appreciate like early Jeff Jarrett and obviously Ramon and Diesel and Michaels are all great. I know people don't like the Click during that time period because of how much they were politicking, but honestly, who was gonna take their spot? There was just no one.
What great action we've had in this match.
Natalya. Oh, and of course Brett as well. Don't get me wrong. I really like Brett. Sharpshooter on Kaitlyn. She's slowly crawling to them ropes.
Just a dominating display. Yeah, I think we could see a lot of punishment inflicted here. Man, this has been a great matchup. Look at these two jockey for position.
Tie up between Natalya and Kaitlyn. Sorry, I get so sidetracked sometimes in the things I talk about. Yeah, I don't know. Do you know what the best way to describe it is? I know this is like a really dated conversation that there's like a million, like 7 million hour documentaries on. But like the main thing that I think sets them apart and the reason I was so like Nitro was just a breath of fresh air when I started watching it, and it kind of made me more interested in wrestling from that time period again. There's no edge. It's all very corny. It's almost like child-oriented with the new generation era. And it felt like WCW was trying to be at least a little edgy. Cover attempt here, and that's it. Kaitlyn gets an NXT Women's Championship opportunity next week. So it'll be Summer Rae defending against Kaitlyn in the main event of next week's NXT. Could this be Kaitlyn's breakout moment? Maybe. Maybe she'll finally win that championship. You know, sorry for going on about that. Obviously, just to add a side note in case anyone comments on it, I know ECW obviously is around 95 and is the edgiest of the three. I just couldn't get into ECW yet. I'm going to try that in a later year. But I will eventually try some of that out. Anyway, that's enough about that. Moving on to our main event, Big E Langston defends the NXT Championship against the $1 Million Man up next. Boy, oh boy, I hope this isn't the end of Big E's reign. Please, please don't let it be.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the NXT Championship. Making his way to the ring from Tampa, Florida, weighing 302 pounds, he is the NXT Champion, Big E Langston.
Now, I want to remind you that Big E Langston comes into tonight's NXT on day about 14, 17, 147, I think. If he retains against Ted DiBiase tonight, if I'm getting this right, this is some quick math in my head, but if I'm getting this right, and Big E Langston retains against Ted DiBiase here tonight, then next week on NXT, he will have tied the reign of Andre the Giant. And in turn, I will have to say, because I don't imagine he's defending again next week, if he retains here tonight, that Big E Langston will surpass Andre the Giant as the longest reigning NXT champion.
The challenger from Palm Beach, Florida, weighing 260 pounds, the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase.
It's honestly sickening to me that this man has managed to weasel his way into an NXT Championship opportunity, considering what he did to the NXT Tag Team Championships. And I want to remind you that this man, when he first came into NXT, he said his plan was to destroy this company from the inside because of what they did to his son. Because of the way he was humiliated, degraded, and then run out of the company. The $1 Million Man says that he's come here with vengeance on his mind. And I wouldn't be giving this guy any title opportunities. I mean, look what he did to the tag titles. He's responsible for them no longer being here. You think he wouldn't do the same to the NXT Championship? He's living up to exactly what he said he was going to do. I don't know how he's getting away with it. Yes, the NXT Championship, the top prize on this brand, has only had 2 champions since it was introduced very early into this season. Andre the Giant the first, 154 days. Big E Langston the second, so far 147 days. Honestly, this title's got a lot of prestige behind it. So here we go. Big E Langston, Ted DiBiase. It's our main event here tonight on NXT. Next week, the NXT Women's Championship will be defended in the main event. And we are getting oh so close to WrestleMania now. And I have to imagine with WrestleMania around the corner, that means obviously we could be seeing another big EYS opportunity for one of the few superstars remaining here on NXT. And of course, that also means that 3 NXTs from now will be the debut of several new superstars on the NXT roster. This roster is about to get jam-packed once again with some brand new promising talent. I can't wait to see what the next era of NXT looks like. Hopefully a little less old-timers on it this time around. We'll see. Not to say some of them haven't, you know, delivered. I mean, Andre the Giant is considered an old-timer, and I think he was great here. I think his first reign as NXT champion really helped establish the championship as what it is now. Well, DiBiase may have had a little bit of fun throwing around and toying with Rey Mysterio last week on NXT, but I don't think he's going to be doing that against Big E Langston, at least not with any ease. Big E is absolutely insane in that ring. No one can stop this guy. I said this before and I will say it again. When that draft happens, if NXT really is an eligible pick in the draft, if you can take people from NXT, Raw, SmackDown, Stephanie, Paul, whoever needs to hear this, please, you gotta keep an eye on this guy. You need Big E Langston on your roster. Season 5, I believe Big E Langston will be a world champion. Oh. The only thing stopping him is I don't know if he can leave NXT whilst he's got the title. And I don't think... Ooh! Ted DiBiase is going to be the one to take it away from him. Oh my god, Big E. The defending champion is saying, I'm done. And DiBiase with a reversal there, where it matters the most. And Big E Langston with another reversal. Big E. Ooh. And again, Langston calling for the end. Last time he went for the big ending. DiBiase at least reversed it. And oh boy. The big ending. Ooh, there it goes. Langston into the cover on DiBiase, and his hands were in the ropes. I did in fact see that. But I respect that Langston didn't waste any time pulling his opponent away from the ropes. That never helps. DiBiase is just getting schooled in that ring. Oh, nice reversal, though. Langston measuring, watching DiBiase. DiBiase was laid out on that mat, and Langston! Oh my god. Drags DiBiase dead center, and for the second time in this match, can he hit the big ending? No! DiBiase with a reversal. And once again, Langston into the reversal. Langston scoops him up. DiBiase dropped down by the defending NXT champion. Cover attempt on DiBiase. Good night, $1 Million Man. You never stood a chance. Big E Langston just dominated Ted DiBiase. And look who's come out to congratulate him. This makes a lot of sense, truthfully. Ray cannot stand the $1 Million Man, and he is happy to see Big E Langston defeat him here tonight. Well, thank you all for watching NXT. I know this one was a little bit short, but sometimes they are. And I'll see you guys this Friday on SmackDown.